President Bola Ahmed Tinubu signs 4 executive orders to curb the arbitrary taxation policy in Nigeria. Part of the orders was the suspension of 5% telecom tax and, of course, the Deferment of Finance Act 2023 from May to September later in the year. Welcome to Business Daily. I am Yusuf Akogu. We take our business top stories. Glad to have you back. Now we give you an update, of course, highlight rather, of the activities on the floor of the stock market on Thursday. Of course, we start with a snapshot of the market on the floor on Thursday with a snapshot of the market there. The market closed positive 0.81%. Of course, the index there way above 62,000 basis points. Of course, we're expecting that index to hit an all-time high of 65,000 basis points. The market cap 33.8 trillion it ended on the day. And of course, in terms of volume of trade, 5.443 billion, and of course value at 95.00 billion naira it ended on Thursday. And of course the deals, 9,948 deals exchange hands among investors. Quickly we look at the gainers for the day. The top gainers, we have the corn oil, MRS, and of course internal oil, all gaining 10% respectively to close at 102 naira 30 kobo, 91 naira 30 kobo, and of course 25 naira 85 kobo respectively for corn oil, MRS, and of course internal oil as well. All of them operating in the oil and gas segment of the market. We look at the losers for Thursday as well. Of course, Wapik Assurance there losing 9.59% to close downward there, 66 kobo the share price on the day. UPDC, of course, 9.24% it lost on the day as well to close 1 naira and 80 kobo. Of course, International Energy Insurance Company also down there, 9.09%, and of course the share price on the day closing 1 naira 30 kobo. The top trading equities for the day, we have FBN Holdings, that's First Bank, FCMB Group, and of course Access Bank, all of them operating in the financial services segment of the market, the banking sector to be precise. Of course, FBN Holdings, in terms of the volume of shares it traded, 4.69 billion. That is a huge number for a single day trading. FCMB Group, 127 million. And of course, Access Bank, 56.5 million volume of shares it traded. It traded on Thursday. Of course, since sectoral performance are not also so different from what we have. The sector performance also banking sector 2.48% it lost on the day. Of course, the activities there were actually basically profit taking by investors in that segment of the market. The industrial sector 0.93% up on the day. Interesting performance, you say, for that sector that is very critical to our economic development. Consumer goods also strong there, 0.22%. Great performance as well. And of course, the oil and gas 2.36%. You'll be surprised when you see all the oil and gas sector, MRS, corn oil, and of course, Entana, all dominating the gainers table on the day. And of course, the insurance sector down there 0.54%. 5%. And let's look at the rest of Africa, how the markets in Africa are doing as well. GSE in South Africa, Johannesburg, down 2.37%. The index lost over close to 2,000 basis points as on Thursday. And go down to Nairobi in Kenya. That is the eastern part of Africa. There, the market closed positive 0.75% on the day. Of course, the GSE down here in Ghana, West African neighbor, the market closed negative 0.06%. Of course, interesting development across the African continent. The continent, you will say, we'll keep a tab here and, of course, keep monitoring the market and, of course, give you all the data as the trading progresses. Right now, the trading is on across all the markets in Nigeria, across the markets in Nigeria, and, of course, all part of Africa, as the case may be. Now we quickly take this report with regard to fuel subsidy. It's actually impacting negatively on Nigerians. How are Nigeria adjusting to the new lifestyle? Indeed, the cost of living has gone up, and indeed, it has affected incomes of individuals. Let's take this report by Shamu Dabeng. It captured the mood of Nigerians.
The subsidy removal policy has been often described as a funds guzzler and a platform for corrupt practices, making its subsequent removal imperative to aid the growth of the Nigerian economy. However, the changes brought on by the removal of the subsidy policy has multiplied the hardships that Nigerians have been facing over time. The country in the last year has seen several hikes in the consumer price index, which as of May 2023 sits at 22.41%, while food inflation is 24.82%. As the price of goods and services continue to increase, Nigerians are forced to make difficult adjustments to their lifestyle.
We are suffering. Nigeria is suffering. Like me now, I don't retire. I'm finding it very, very difficult to feed. Yes, I make an adjustment because anything when I'm buying now, I will share it. I will buy 1/5 of it, and with the higher price.
Yeah, my movement reduced. Now I'm doing from my house to my office to my children's school. Three movements from my house to my office to my children's school, which is crazy. You can't visit anyone. Even now I'm in the market. I came to buy. Prices of things are crazy.
Imagine somebody who is earning 35,000 naira. Is paying a transport of 1,000 naira, let's say every week. I was living in where I was paying, I think 70,000 naira. I've now moved to where I'm now paying 50,000 naira for a rent. So
several experts have predicted that the trend will continue upwards, with the Bank of America predicting that Nigeria's inflation rate may reach 30% in 2023. The World Bank also predicts that 7.1 million Nigerians may be pushed below the poverty line. While economist Aliyu Audu lauds Nigerians for being able to handle the subsidy removal, many, however, wonder what can be done to ease the struggles of the vast population.
Let's look at what the government has promised and is going to do. We know that the government is about less than 2 months old. So I'm not sure if they can do any magic immediately. Now, they have promised that they are going to increase the minimum wage in line with the subsidy removal. They have promised they are going to bring in palliatives in terms of buses, electric buses, mass transit buses, to help workers move from one point to another at a subsidized rate.
Nigerians and some experts are calling on the federal government to address the situation to avoid further consequences on the country. Chamun Dabeng, Trust TV News, Abuja.